Hi guys, I'm Tashinga.
And I'm Sara.
And you are listening and watching Thespillandgrill,
where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
All right, let's get started.
I have a long one today, so please bear with me.
Long, but...
It's a juicy one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect, okay. Worst date story. Several years ago, after my divorce, I met a woman on Tinder. We texted for a week and set up a date for a weekend evening. She told me she had kids that were young. She lived about a good 45 minutes drive from where I did. It was outside the city. I agreed to drive up there as she picked a place to grab dinner. She wanted me to pick her up outside her house, and I suggested we meet at the restaurant, but she insisted, and she gave me her address. God.
Okay.
I'm driving around for about 20 minutes now and I can't find her place. I tried calling and texting and she didn't answer. After about 20 minutes, she calls and says, "Oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong address. I just noticed that." I'm like, what the fuck? So I get there and I went to the door and she answers and she looks like she just woke up. Still in a bathrobe and not ready at all. I'm like, "So are you ready to go?" And she laughs and says she needs to get ready. I'm like, okay. She invited me in the house. Was an absolute wreck. Food everywhere. Baby stuff and a crib in the family room. I hear a baby crying and she comes out with a newborn baby. Like, this baby is tiny. She makes the baby a bottle and I ask, "How old is the baby?" And she says, "Oh, he's like a week old." I'm like, okay. She asked me to take the baby while she goes and takes a shower. At this point, I should have left, but I didn't. I told her I didn't feel comfortable doing that and it's strange you would be handing the kid to a total stranger. So she's very aloof and she just laughs. So whatever, she takes a shower and I'm holding this newborn baby. After about 30 minutes, she finally comes out. Hair is all wet. Her shirt isn't even buttoned up. She asks if I'm ready and asks me to put the car seat in the car. I'm like, wait, don't you have a babysitter?
Oh my God.
She laughs and says, "No, we can just take him." Again, I should have left at that point, but I'm hungry as fuck and honestly wanted to see how this all played out. I refused to put the baby in my car and I met her there. Oh, wow. So he's like,
good.
Fuck this, I'll meet you there. This is bonkers. And we just get to the small Mexican place. I'm starving, the baby is screaming and hungry. She starts to breastfeed at the table and then she also orders food. It doesn't bother me that she's breastfeeding, but other people in the restaurant were looking over. Then she gets a phone call, gets up and walks around while breastfeeding the baby and talks on the phone. She then comes back in after about 15 minutes and I'm already half done with my meal. She then sits down and asks me to watch the baby while she goes and picks up her other kids. Wait, what? You want me, a complete stranger, to take your newborn baby and leave me alone while you pick up your other kids? No. What the fuck is this? She was like, "Well, it's just down the street." I said no. I got up and left. I left cash on the table and went to my car and honestly, I just started laughing. She tried calling me and sent me several mean texts about what an awful dad I must be, etc. Anyway, don't bring newborn babies on dates. God, dating is the worst.
She was trying to get free childcare and a free meal out of him. That's it.
I don't know. She sounds very, like aloof. He said, aloof.
Yeah.
Very all
Perfect
over the place and just gave the wrong address. What's that about?
Yeah.
Gave the wrong address.
And laughed about it.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready when he got there.
And then has a shower, gets ready, but then wasn't even ready.
Yeah.
The hair was wet. The shirt was unbuttoned.
And what kind of mother... Honestly, what kind of mother, says, "Here, strange man that I've never met before, hold my baby.
It is a bit...
That can go
very wrong.
So badly. Yeah, so wrong. In so many possible ways. Because you don't know this man. That's how people get kidnapped. Shame on you, girl. No. That, I think, is the worst part of this entire story. And the whole story is bad.
And then getting to the restaurant and just being on the phone and being like, hi, at the restaurant. Again, look after my newborn baby, 1 week old, and then I'm going to go pick up my other kids. Yeah, maybe for her it was just someone to look after the baby.
Yeah,
it was. Maybe her intention was not to date this guy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think she needed a free meal.
No, yeah.
She needed a night out.
Yeah. For him, he's good though to like go through all those stages, because like he said, at one point he was like, I should have left when she gave me the baby and was having a shower.
This poor guy. I mean, I understand that dating after a divorce can be quite scary, especially after a story like this. But I hope there have been many better stories after this, and I hope you found someone, and if not, I'm sure she's coming, and she's coming soon, and and to her, I
don't really have much
I don't even know how to grill her.
Yeah.
What's with people taking kids on dates? Didn't we have one a few episodes ago?
We did. Yeah, where the son.
He wanted to take his son, to a date, but she said no. She's like, absolutely not.
I would never in a million years.
Yeah.
No.
No, definitely not. Not to a first date. And I like how he stood his ground about the car seat. He's like, I am not putting a fucking baby seat in my car. And then she still had to end up driving anyway. Yeah, even though she didn't want to meet him there. In the end, she had to.
Yeah, that's actually good. He's quite smart, actually. Like, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Exactly, but
don't ask me to put a baby seat in my car for a baby I don't even know.
No, exactly, and then be responsible. Yeah, it's honestly, the story is actually quite wild. It's quite crazy. I can't do it. I always say with stories like this, like if this was your first of many dates, like it can only get better. It cannot get worse. So if that was your first date after a divorce, honestly, it's only going to get better. Trust me. Yeah, it's better you get this out the way now, because it's about to be amazing for you. So let this be a funny story to tell your kids one day.
She even wrote to him and say, you're going to be a horrible dad or something?
Yeah, that is big words there. Yeah, like a complete stranger. You're going to be a horrible dad, but like a couple of hours ago, I was more than capable of being the man that you hand your newborn baby to.
Exactly.
Make it make sense, hun.
You know?
I cannot believe the baby was a week.
That's
even
nuts.
if the baby was 6 months, 6 years, I think it's still strange.
Yeah. So when did they match? Like while she was in labor? Like was she about to go into labor as they matched, and then they started talking as she was in the hospital recovering and like going through the contractions?
Yeah, just like swiping just left or right,
just to pass the time.
I mean, it's a good point, to be honest. Like
was she pregnant when you matched?
I think she had already? No, I think she was pregnant. She had to be. Because if she had already given birth, I mean, 7 days that child was old. Yeah. 7 days. So, she was pregnant. Good luck to them both, really.
Yeah, honestly. All right. And to the guy, good on you for sticking through it. And, that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay, guys. So, I've had a few comments. And some people have asked for more ex-boyfriend stories from me. So here we go.
A lot of comments, not a few, a lot. She's being very modest.
Yeah. Lots of people were like, talk about your ex. Yeah. You have crazy stories about him. And I do. I have many, many stories. So here is one of them. So my boyfriend and I, my boyfriend at the time and I, are in this like mountain town. Like we had spent the weekend away. It was like this like chalet area, beautiful area. It's in a northern part of Canada, and there's lots of mountains there. Lots of people go skiing. There's celebrities that own houses there. It's this beautiful, beautiful area. And you can go there for the weekend. It's only a few hours drive from where we lived. So very easy to get to. We get to our hotel, we check in, beautiful hotel. This is going to be a great weekend, right? We go to this really nice restaurant, like 5-star type restaurant, beautiful place. Like we walk in and we take off our jackets. They hang our jackets at the front. Lovely, lovely place. Okay. We get to our table. And he orders this huge amount of sushi. And I order a bowl of noodles.
Okay.
And his sushi comes first, and it was, I wish I had a photo. The display was so beautiful. It was on a big wooden boat.
Oh, I was thinking,
and there was sushi like all over, and it was a huge amount. Like, he ordered so much food. They placed it in front of him. We're waiting for the noodles. They're a little late. So my boyfriend goes, why don't you have some of my sushi as we're waiting? So I start eating some of his sushi. There's tons to go around. Finally, the plate is finished. No more sushi. I still haven't gotten my noodles. Mm-hmm. And the waiter comes by and goes, how was everything? So I say, I'm still waiting for my bowl.
Okay.
And then the look of horror on this waiter's face as he realizes he's forgotten my order.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. And he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that you ordered something. Okay. The sushi bowl was, the sushi plate was so big, and then I saw you guys eating it together, and I thought that you guys were sharing the sushi. I'm so sorry. He was so sweet, so apologetic. And I was like, hey, no problem. It's not a big deal. And he said, do you still want it? And I said, yeah, I'd like to have it. So 10 minutes in, I got my noodle bowl. Okay. So not a big problem. Yeah. I ate the noodle bowl, shared it with my ex, since he shared his sushi with me. And I knew I had to say this. I look him dead in the eye, and I say, don't say anything about the waiter forgetting our order. Don't make a complaint.
Okay.
He made a mistake. It's human error. He forgot. You saw how horrified he looked.
And apologetic.
Yeah, he was apologetic. 10 minutes in, I got my noodles. No big deal. Nobody starved. Nobody died. Mm. And he goes, okay. We won't say anything.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We finish my noodles. I go to the bathroom. I come back. He's at the door. He's getting his jacket put on him. Like, he was such a fucking princess, this guy. Like, I don't remember the last time I had someone put my jacket on for me. I think I was 5 or 6, like it was a teacher, like helping me get in my snowsuit or something, you know? Yeah. Like, what kind of princess do you have to be like, like...
It's true for some, yeah.
Right? But that's what I see as I'm getting closer. And then I get closer and I start to hear them, and I hear, well, I know it was a mistake, but, like, my girlfriend was starving.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, like, we said we weren't going to say anything. So then I get there, and the guy goes, oh, I'm so sorry. It's not the same guy. He's like the host.
Maybe a manager. Okay.
The manager or the host of the restaurant or something. Somebody that's the person that sits there at the front desk,
door. Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
And so I was like, no, it's totally fine. He made a mistake. He forgot. It's really not a big deal. We walk out of the restaurant, and I'm like, you said you weren't going to say anything. And then he said, well, he asked me how dinner was, so I had to tell him. Like, no, you didn't have to tell him. This is a fancy 5-star restaurant. Like, we could have gotten that waiter fired.
That's true, actually.
But he didn't care. He didn't care about that because he was...
But for me, it sounds like he was going to say something regardless of if you had said, don't say anything. I think he would have said anything.
But he told me he wasn't. We agreed. We agreed that we weren't going to say anything. We weren't going to make a complaint about the waiter.
Yeah, but you've also made it very clear that he was a narcissist.
Yeah. No, he totally was.
Compulsive liars.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was going to do it regardless.
Yeah, and like, it really wasn't a big deal. I didn't starve because he shared his sushi with me.
Okay, exactly.
Not a big deal. And we were both, like, stuffed towards the end. Anyway, I wasn't even that hungry after the sushi anyway. But,
And also, I think if the waiter had reacted differently, like
more blasé.
Yeah, and was like, oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I'll go and get it. But he sounded, like, really apologetic. Like almost like, like, so sorry, like,
No, his face, like...
You see?
His face, his face said it all. He said, please don't tell on me. Like, that's what he was saying. Like, he's like the look of horror. I don't know how else to explain. Like, his eyes got really big. He got very pale. Like, he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will do it right now. Like,
Bless him, you see. He was apologetic and
He
like,
was,
very like
and-
almost remorseful about it all.
He
so.
was, and we still got him in trouble.
You didn't. He did.
Yeah, I know, but
The
we were a
ex.
couple.
I
so-
know, but still, like his actions don't rub off on you. But
I know,
hey.
but does the waiter know that?
No,
The waiter
no.
probably thinks I'm the one who made the complaint because it was my
your
order.
fault. Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. No, we don't like that. That's horrible.
And I hate people who are mean to wait staff. I absolutely hate, or service workers in general. Like those people are like
They work
bottom
hard,
feeders.
and it's a tough job. It's long hours, and they deal with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of shit from people that are just nasty.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I'll never know what happened to that waiter. I hope he was okay.
I'm sure he is.
I hope so. Like, I mean, I hope he didn't get fired. Like maybe just a little slap on the wrist or something, but...
And even then, he didn't deserve that. It's an honest mistake. As
It
waiters
was
and
so
waitresses,
not a
we do
big
this.
deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
We
not
forget.
a big deal at all. Like, so what? And like, had my boyfriend not shared his sushi with me, then I probably would have called him over and said like, hey, how long is my noodles gonna be?
Yeah,
you know, but
that's so true.
like technically, I wasn't hungry because I
because
was
you
eating,
eating,
and
you know?
I got my food anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing.
And the worst part, that night we ended up drinking too much, and I ended up throwing up all the noodles. I started crying, and when my boyfriend asked me, "What are you crying about?" I said, "They didn't even get digested, and we got the waiter in trouble."
Oh my
I was like,
god.
all that for nothing.
Did you throw up because of how much alcohol you had?
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
okay,
No,
okay.
I had
Oh, wow.
drank two too many. Yeah, I was very, very drunk that night. And I remember the noodles because there was like a purple sauce, and I remember. Sorry, guys.
Can't. Visuals are
But
coming to
I was
me.
like, all that for them not to even remain in my
In your
stomach.
stomach, yeah.
For that poor waiter.
Whoa, your freaking ex-boyfriend.
Oh,
Idiot.
Such a fucking asshole. Like, I told him, please don't say anything.
I can't. I'm so glad you're not with him.
I know, me too.
I don't even know.
Oh, me too.
Like,
But yeah, that is the type of person my ex was. He just thought he needed to be treated special at all times, and
yeah, but he was special for the wrong reasons.
he wasn't special at all. But he was that type of person that if like you went to a restaurant, like you had to serve him hand and foot. Like you had to treat him like he was a fucking king. And like for no reason. Like he's the type of person that wants the waiter to constantly come see and check in on you.
Okay.
Just in case. Like he'll get mad if he hasn't been checked in on.
I can't deal. I honestly don't know, like, especially in getting to know Sarah, I don't know how you could have been with someone like that. Even if you were younger, it just doesn't match for me. It's like day and night. Exactly.
No,
yeah.
I know.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
But you know, the things you do when you're young and in love.
Yeah. Young, in love,
And stupid.
Super stupid. Yeah. Yeah, so dumb. But yeah, there we go. That is one of many stories. about my
Basically, he has
crazy
his
ex.
own series in this podcast,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, he does.
The
yeah.
X-Files, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
like the
If that
X-Files.
name hadn't already been taken,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
would have been the name of this podcast.
We'll have to find it, like, and kind of mingle it in with the spilling
Right.
grill, like how we could
Well,
play
I'm
on
grilling
words.
him because he's an asshole and he's a little princess for no reason.
Yeah.
So there's your grill.
There's your grill.
Yeah. There's your roast. Screw him. He's an asshole. I feel bad for his wife. There.
Okay, guys, we want to hear from you and your submissions and your stories about crazy exes,
Crazy dates.
crazy people.
Yeah.
We will leave the email on the screen now. You have been watching The Spill and Grill. I am your host, Tashinga.
And I am Sarah.
Thank you for watching, or thank you for listening, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.